You wake up this morning and assume the world has always rewarded the biggest, loudest, most aggressive man in the room. It has not. In fact, 2 million years ago, something extraordinary happened. The most dominant, violent men in human prehistory were systematically brought down, not by rival males, not by predators, by women. And the consequences of that ancient power shift are still living inside your body right now. Here's what the fossil record quietly tells us. Early hominins were strikingly sexually dimorphic. That means males were dramatically larger than females. Think silverback gorillas. The biggest male controlled everything. Food, territory, mating. He used brute force and intimidation. That was the system. But then something shifted. Around 2 million years ago, as Homo erectus emerged, the size gap between males and females began to shrink. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham calls this the beginning of a profound social revolution. Males were getting smaller relative to females. Canine teeth, that's the weapons males use to threaten each other, were shrinking too. Why? Because the females changed the rules. Primatologist Christopher Boehm studied hundreds of hunter-gatherer societies across the planet. What he found is that small-scale human groups consistently and deliberately punish bullies. They call it reverse dominance hierarchy. The group, including women, uses ridicule, gossip, exclusion, and coalition to bring down any male who tries to dominate. Your ancient female ancestors did not fight back physically. They did something far more powerful. They talked, they warned each other, they built alliances, they chose which men to feed, which men to sleep with, which men to protect during illness. An aggressive male who alienated the women of the group faced a slow, quiet death sentence. No food sharing, no coalition protection, no offspring. A calmer male, one who cooperated, who brought food back to camp, who protected children that were not necessarily his own. That male thrived. This is what researchers call pro-social selection. The females were not just surviving, they were actively engineering the next generation of human behavior. Patience, cooperation, emotional regulation. These traits did not appear by accident. They were chosen over and over across hundreds of thousands of years. Evolutionary biologist Joseph Henrich argues that human ultrasociality, our almost unique ability to cooperate in large groups with strangers, traces directly back to this pressure. The females selected for it. The males who could not adapt were slowly, quietly removed from the gene pool. And here's the part that should stop you cold. Every instinct you have toward fairness, toward protecting the vulnerable, toward feeling shame when you act badly in front of others, that is not civilization. That is not modern morality. That is 2 million years of your grandmothers deciding which man deserved to survive. The aggressive male did not build humanity. He was filtered out of it. The next time you see someone use social pressure, coalition, or quiet exclusion to check a bully, know that you are watching the oldest and most effective power structure in human history operate exactly as it was designed to. You woke up this morning and assumed the world has always rewarded the biggest, loudest, most aggressive man in the room. Now you know who decided otherwise.